This week I increased my Wegovy dosage from 0.25 to zero point 0.5 milligrams, and it was actually quite a big shift. The good news, I finally felt full again, my cravings disappeared, and there was progress on the scale. But life always has to throw a curveball, and I actually ended up getting sick near the end of the week. Let's get into what week 5 really looked like. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Atash, and I've been sharing my weekly weight loss journey on Wegovy here in Canada. I started at 213.4 pounds, and every week I've been documenting my highs, my lows, and everything in between. From PCOS struggles to motherhood and postpartum recovery, and just trying to learn how to find balance with it all again. So this week felt completely different from last week again. I started the increased dose of 0.5 milligrams, and right away I already could feel a change. My appetite dropped, and I was constantly reminding myself that I needed to eat. And that's a big difference from last week again, where my cravings had increased and I was just hungry nonstop. I didn't really have any major side effects other than the normal, it seems, nausea and fatigue that occurs early in the week. But overall, I felt great, clear, in more control of my eating habits, and fuller after meals. For movement, I didn't do any structured workouts, but I got plenty of activity through coaching my daughter's soccer practices and taking long walks with my youngest and my 2 Frenchies. It's not perfect by any means, but it is something, and it is sustainable. This week's main symptoms, again, very mild, nausea and fatigue, and it's usually just the first couple of days after my injection. Nothing compared to the first 4 weeks, but what I did notice was my cravings disappeared. As we know, life throws curveballs, and my oldest daughter ended up getting sick, and I thought I was beating it with my little one until I ended up getting sick at the end of this week, which completely slowed me down in terms of my energy and also hunger. But overall, this was actually one of my better feeling weeks so far. So here's where I'm at with numbers. I started at 213.4 pounds, and at the end of month 1, I ended up at 210.8 pounds. Now, after week 5, the scale read 207.6 pounds. That's a 3.2 pound loss in just 1 week. But we have to keep in mind, I was sick. It's such a relief to see movement again, especially after I ended up gaining 2 pounds after week 4. It just reminds me that sometimes your body needs time to adjust, and then after, it'll reset and you'll see progress again. So as I continue with my 0.5 milligram dose, my goal is to be consistent with water intake, exercise, portion control, and just balanced eating. I'm aware that the next phase will bring its challenges, as it has the past 4 weeks, but I'm ready for it. The focus now is just trusting the process and staying consistent. So this week reminded me that when the progress is slow, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Sometimes your body's just recalibrating. I'm learning through this process to be patient and proud, because showing up even when it's hard for yourself is still progress. So if you're on Wegovy, a Semaglutide, a GLP-1, or just a weight loss journey, let me know in the comments how your weeks are going, as I'd love to hear from others on your experience. Just remember that you deserve to feel your very best, and I'm so thankful that you're here with me on this journey.